Hello, how are you guys? Is the chat widget not working again? Is it not working again? Don't do this to me, not again. No. Stop it. Stop it, computer. I urge you. Okay, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Now, today we are not gonna draw anything, we are just like gonna do like a course or like a just, you know, just learning together. Chat widget, yeah, chat widget. Wake up the chat widget. Lumi successfully wake up the chat widget. Applause to Lumi. Now, what we're gonna do today, we are gonna take a look at some basics, and if I leave something out or if you guys confused about something, feel free to just ask me. Okay, I will do my best to answer the question. If I don't have the question, I will do my best to find the answer for you guys. Yes, okay. Now, I'm gonna say in advance all the resources that I find, you can find it yourself, and I take heavily inspired from a website called Draw a Box, okay? And if you want a little bit more, less layman, more high level interpretation of the resources, I will link everything in like in the Discord post, okay? So I'm thinking like maybe we can do the whole thing as like a video course on the post. And yeah, I will also get some resources, may or may not need you guys, so post it on there, all the links, all the everything, including the video, like the link to this video will be on the post on the Discord workshop forum, and then you guys can go back, look at it, hand in your assignment during down like the message section, okay? And I will also do a revision, like a long form video. We talk about the topic like revision or a short form videos. I still have a little bit debate on that, but yeah, so you guys homework is gonna in the video, okay? Just a little bit. If you want to opt out on being shown in video, just let me know, okay? Now, is anyone ready? Is anyone nervous like me? I have been nervous since yesterday. I'm so nervous I was barely slept yesterday, okay? So this is my first time doing something like this. Be gentle. If you guys think the workload is a little bit, like the information is a little bit too much, let me know. I will adjust it from for the next topic. If you think you can be a little bit more, let me know. Everything, okay? Every feedback is welcome. Now. Okay. Now, I'm gonna jump right into it. So we're not that many chat section, we're just gonna jump right into it, okay? So when you're drawing something, there is one thing that is really crucial. I'm gonna use a brush that is, oh, I'm not gonna use a brush that, okay, there you go. What we're gonna do here, let me pull up my Grammarly notes that I have made for you guys. Okay. Now, when you're drawing something, I imagine you guys want to draw character illustration, right? Forgot to switch scene? Oh yeah, I forgot. Thank you. Yeah. But it's nothing's shown already, but like, yeah, it's fine. Lumi, your godsend. I forgot I have two scenes. Okay, now, when you're drawing something, I imagine it's like character illustration, and there is a lot of things that can talk about, but mainly being like the ability to think in 3D, okay? So when you envision something, this is important because like you cannot always find reference for the exact angle that you may need. unless you have like access to like a, I don't know, 3D model or something. But let alone that, or like even if you have a 3D model, you don't have the exact model for the object that you need. So you will need to think about this. You will have an image. You will be able to think in 3D. So what is 3D? Now when you say 2D, it's obvious, right? And when you say 3D, now don't judge my cube drawing ability. It's abysmal. So now there is one there's one thing. I'm gonna go a little bit technical on this, and then we're gonna go a little bit less technical. We're gonna focus on the technical first. There is something that you guys need. You don't really need to know this, but like there's something like. So first, this is called a shape in 2D. Okay, shape, point, and then line. Okay, so shape, point, and then line. I'm gonna use a less saturated color. Okay. You are the cube guy. Hello, Pika. We are doing the workshop. And then when you go into 3D, when you change it into 3D, suddenly you realize there is a lot more different shape here, right? I'm gonna go a little bit technical, and then we're gonna, go a little bit less technical. So the whole thing, we will call it a form. And to saturate, I'm going to use the less saturated things. This is a little bit technical. They call it vertex, which is just like a fancy word for corner. Okay, corners. Okay, and then like another line will become like a edges. Okay. So this is from 2D to 3D. And when you want to draw something, anything, you will have the ability to think in this here. Here. I'm gonna use another size with them. Here. And ideally, you would be able to turn the object essentially in your head. Maybe turn it this way, maybe turn it this way. And then you can draw accordingly. So this is what we mean by thinking in 3D. And the one way to build your 3D knowledge, there is some exercise you can do. One exercise is that like you look at an object, let's say you look at a cube facing this way. One exercise you can do, or any mundane object that you may find actually in your household. Okay. One way to train this, when you look at it, you will have to imagine something. Let's say the cube being turned this way. Let's say how much you decide. And then you draw the thing. You draw this here, and then you check when it's really turned. You check, is it correct? Now ideally, you would do this with like an object rather than just like a basic shape. Because like a cube, no matter how you turn it, it's just like that many shapes. Like there's only that many options, right? Yeah, definitely. I will export this as like a PNG or like a JPEG, and then I'm gonna upload it. So don't worry. This is an exercise that you can do. Now, ideally, you would do this with you can actually, there is some 3D models website out there. You can use it to maybe fiddle around objects, or you can do some mundane household object. There is a pencil case, do that. Okay, there's a can, do that. Teacher Burley is ready to golf, Burley. Imagine me being like a golf, but like I'm teaching something in a golf costume. Okay. All the 3D website, 3D model website, I'm gonna share the link at the end or at the post. So don't worry about it. So this is how we train it. We can think in 3D if we have enough visual library. Unfortunately, this is a thing you have to train rather than you can just like pick up like 2 days. Okay, this will be a little bit learning curve, but once you learn it, it should be fine. Now. I'm gonna try and use a really cool thing here. Now this is what we call an eclipse. Well, this is not what we call an eclipse if I can do it in line, thank you. This is what we call an eclipse, a circle, a 2D circle. Now, when you spin it this way, or you yourself move toward this way, okay? The thing is gonna turn, right? So what it will turn is turn into something maybe like this. Now it's become narrower, and then narrower. Oh, I'm sorry, the size is a little bit different. Eventually, it will just become a straight line. Okay. Now, this helps us actually draw cylinders. Eclipse, yes. You can go just a circle. I call it a circle. We are going a little bit technical, okay? A little bit technical. But you can just go to a circle. A circle. When you spin a 2D circle, it flattens out, right? The distance here is gonna become smaller, smaller, and smaller until it just becomes like a dot. Okay. Now this is how we usually try to show kind of 3D feeling to it. Like I think from here to here you can kind of sense a little bit motion. I may be not doing that much of a great example, but like, I hope you can see a little bit motion. Now this is what we help us gonna draw like a cylinder. We are going into like some basic shapes. Basic shapes we will including like there's a lot of basic shapes actually, but like I think most common would be like a box, right? The box guy would be like a box. Most basic shapes, box, cylinders. Okay, or maybe something like this. I don't know what it's called. What is this called? Oh, so the curse is back. Let me know which part that did you not wrong. Did you not get? Let me know, okay? There is a lot more basic shapes, okay? But like I'm just gonna the most common one. Yeah, maybe Elon Musk have, yeah. So when we do a cylinder, I'm gonna try and draw a semi-decent cylinder. Okay. Don't mind me. Okay. Now, when you're doing it like this, probably, yeah, there is something that like here. This is what we call like the central like just axis. You don't really need to know the term of everything. You just need to know there is like a line here. There must be a line in a circle, and then like they're the same. Okay, they're the same, and it's act like a spine, when you try to turn it or something. It will just, this will not change no matter how you turn the thing, no matter how you turn this thing to here or to here, it wouldn't change, right? So this is a little bit to keep in mind. Okay, a little bit to keep in mind. So this is how you draw a cylinder basically. And there is a little bit perspective here, but we will go in a lot more detail on perspective a little bit, because like there was a exercise on boxes and it does touch on perspective a little bit. Unfortunately, we will have to learn it. It will be painful, but it will be really beneficial, especially when you're drawing, well, basically everything, but like especially when you're drawing background. Most people have like a problem of drawing the have you seen those drawing? There was a guy, okay? There was a guy, and then there was nothing in the background. So this is common because people, me included, just draw the character and then they think they can go the background. Well, we can just fit something in between, right? But that's not how it works. So learning perspective is actually prevent, and also like you don't do this. Believe me, I have my share of hard time when just coming up. Even now, I also have like, but yeah, don't be the blank canvas and just like a single dude in, you know. Yeah, that's your kind of background, I know. That's my kind of background for a long time too. Maybe you do some gradient or like some design border or something, right? Or maybe some text. Or another gradient here or something, but never really too detailed, right? And it will always feel like, how do you say it? I'm not saying graphic design is not good. Graphic design, it's a total new skill. If you do it correctly, this kind of background can work. If you do it correctly. If you're not, you are just filling the blanks with some elements, it will not work. And it will feel amateur, and we don't want that, right? So don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. There will be I'm not gonna say like you will not enter this phase. There will be a fair share of this phase, but you will get out of it. Okay. Now. Oh Lord, now. The boxes. Okay, boxes. Now let me find the reference that I can where is it? I have a reference distinctively for this. There you go. Now this is what I think about, and don't worry, I'm gonna upload this to the Discord of a really great exercise sheet it's gonna be. I hope you can see it, and I hope there is no lag. Okay. From now on, you shall not do this. Yes. I'm not saying it's like, oh, you should not. No. It's just like, the more arsenal, the more skill. I'm gonna refer to arsenal. The more arsenal in your armory, your illustration, your drawing will be a lot more interesting than just like the same thing over and over again. And people can sense that. People are not stupid. People can sense. Even I think mine is not that, you know. People can see my level is not there. Now, so I'm not a teacher here. I'm just showing what you guys I found on internet. It's explaining in layman terms. Okay. Oh yeah, there's something that I can show. Yeah, I forgot to show you this. This will be a 90-degree angles here. So it will not like, it will not be like this. It will not be like this. It will not be like this, okay? a 90-degree angle. Just be careful when drawing cylinders. Okay, just be careful when drawing cylinders. Now, where is it? There you go. Boxes, look at it. This is great for head angle and everything, okay? We are cavemen. This is what you do for a month, yes. Yes, this is it. This is it. Now, Harsh, besides doing this for a month, have you ever learned like the perspective that behind it? Did you learn it? Goo gagoos. Not even toddler can understand. I will try. I will try. Yeah. Did you study the perspective behind it? If not, ooga boog. If not, I think like maybe a little bit dabble. We are not gonna do a little. If you want a lot more detailed professional explanation, there is a plenty of videos out there. I will maybe gather more information if you guys want it. But like we will just dabble, tip our toes into the perspective, the world of perspective a little bit. A little bit, just a little bit. Now, okay. Number one rule. Rule of the thumb. Perspective. I'm gonna use this color so it's not too harsh on the eyes, okay? Forgive my writing. And also forgive if I misspell anything. Now, rule of the thumb here is that when something, let's say a box here, now, when something here is close to us, now, when something here is close to us, it appears bigger, right? Normal. If it's further away from us, what will it do? It will shrink, right? So this is basically the rule of the thumb. Okay? And also this is not correct. This is not correct, okay? The perspective on this one is not correct, but like I just want to show you guys, one is bigger, one is smaller. So appears smaller, so smaller when further, okay? So this is the number one rule. You know the basic perspective, yes, that's good. Now, there is one thing that I would like to show you guys. Is not this one, sorry, I need to find the thing. There you go. Okay, can you guys see it? I'm gonna enlarge it. I found this on the internet. This is a great example. I should have done this beforehand. There you go. Now, one way to keep in mind, like this, you can already see that the vanishing point, like vanishing point being something that is so far away that it's just essentially become like a dot, and then it vanishes. Okay, so you then and it become like a dot, and this is the vanishing point. Okay, this is what we call vanishing point. Now, how to even draw this skyline? Yes, I'm gonna tell you. So, there is a lot you can do, but like we're just gonna look at this, okay? So the center, I think the center vanishing point will be here. So when you spin it like this, like this figure is showing, essentially this point is moving toward here. It was slow, like if you turn something, the vanishing point will move. That's we know that, but the speed is not like the same. Does that make sense? When you move toward like a center, on the center of the center finishing point here, it will slow down, and when you move it away, it will speed up. Okay, I don't know if this is like a great way to show you guys, but like I just want to show this because this is a really fairly new concept to me. Even like in my mind, something like a box or something, when you rotate it, they kind of move in the same how you say, like same speed, but that's not the true. So a little bit, you don't have to really be careful of, oh, I have to, this line has to be something like that. It's just a concept that you will be better if you know. Okay, it will be better if you know. Now when we're done this vanishing point, oh my god, scare me, something happened. I'm gonna draw the dot here, so okay. Okay, here. So vanishing point, we have like 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, 3 point perspective, right? This is cool. But there is one thing that with this kind of classification that lets you believe that there is a distinctively separation between them. And then there is something like just 1 point perspective exists, sometimes a 2 point perspective exists, but like it's fairly depends on where you view the objects. Does that make sense? Yeah. But in traditional, normally you would do it in a ruler, and when you find the horizon line, I will go into that in a minute about perspective. Okay. Yes. Now it fairly depends on how you view an object. Okay. So let me bring back the here. Okay. This is actually quite a good way to show this. Okay. So just a line here. You know what? I'm gonna do it in here. So when 1 point, it's drawn like something like this, right? Horizon line, and then like this is 1 point, right? So 1 point. Golf party teacher, I understand. Thank you. Why did I have like a golf classification in that? Why? So there is a finishing point. Now, this is because I'm gonna dabble into the horizon line a little bit, but like we are viewing it from, how do I explain this? We are seeing a plane, okay? A layman term. When it's a 1 point perspective, we are viewing a plane, and I think we can actually see the eye is actually here, just directly in front of it, so I cannot draw it, so unfortunately. But when you shift your eyes to here, now let me copy and paste it. Two points. Now when you shift your eye from here, from directly, I'm gonna do this. Okay, from here to here. So what would happen if it's viewing this object from here? Okay, so something interesting happens. 1 point and 2 point and 3 point is not just a classification like this, not like this, like just a box, just like their own thing. It's like a description on how close you are to an object and how you view an object. That's what I'm trying to say. Just kind of happens, okay? Again, don't mind my scribble thingy. It's not accurate, but like here. So from 2 point, we are like referring to there's 2 vanishing point, right? So 1, 2. There's only 1. So this is what happened when we are viewing here now. Oh my god, the eyes, man. So we're viewing the line, okay? So when 2 point, we are viewing the line. When in 1 point, we are viewing the plane. More of the plane, okay? And this can, you can also see some 1 point perspective being something like this, maybe. Usually, maybe in the side of a street or something like this, or in a hallway or something, right? So there is actually an invisible plane, but like we're viewing the plane. Okay, this is 1 point. It's more like maybe there is like there's street, there is building, there is like something here. Usually like this, right? Usually like a photo if you say. So you just have to, you just side eye dog. No. We are not doing that. Don't. It's eyeball. It's an eyeball. Okay, it's an eyeball. It looks a little bit goofy. It's an eyeball. It's an eyeball, man. Okay. It's an eyeball. Okay. Now, when you are viewing 1 point, is that this line here is actually this one, right? I'm gonna use a different. So this line here is actually this one, and this line here is actually this one, and then like, yeah, and then here, and then here. Okay, and this happens is like this happens is that like it extends like this. This is how we find the vanishing point. Okay, we extend it until they cross over, and then this will be the vanishing point. But when you do this, they don't cross over. They just parallel. Okay, they just parallel, and this is why there is no vanishing point here. No matter how you extend it, they don't cross over. So there is no vanishing point. This is why we call this a 1 point. It's actually because you're so close to the thing, you cannot see the other vanishing point. Does that make sense? And this is actually touching a topic of a infinitive horizon line. I'm gonna go into that a little bit, but like we're just a little bit knowledge on here. And remember that they are not some separate thing, they just a descriptive thing on how you view a thing, okay? On how you view an object. Now, again, we're gonna do something here. 3-point. We're gonna do a 3-point. Now, we said that we were viewing the line, right? We're viewing the line. What if we turn the thing actually up, or we turn it, or ourselves actually, go down a little bit? What would happen? What would happen if we turn it like that? This is actually training myself to draw in a finally 3-point. Yes. What do you mean finally, man? I think it's this one. I want to draw this one. It's the most generic 3-point actually. I'm actually never do some exercise like this, okay? Be gentle with me. I'm gonna do something. Okay, so let me blur that one out here. Notice anything as I'm doing this? Notice something? I'm gonna maybe make it a little bit more clear here. Now, I'm gonna use actually green. So we're viewing the plane, we're viewing the line here, and then we're actually viewing the corner here. Notice that? So this is 3-point. Okay. I think it's correct, right? Don't tell me that it's not correct. That is 3-point. It's gonna be a lot higher actually if I were to do it correctly. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. It's not correct, okay? Don't look at it. Back in secondary school, yeah, probably. Hello, with us. Not with us. Hello, sleepness, and like saying hello. Yeah, back to secondary school. We're talking about perspective. A little bit refresh. You can say refresh. Yeah. So this is 3-point, right? This for a box for a month. Epic boxes. I would say like drawing boxes does help. Like let's say you do an exercise like this. It definitely helps, but it will help more if you understand the perspective behind it. Does that make sense? Okay, and then I'm gonna draw the googly eyes again. Googly eyes. Okay. There's actually a topic of how a bottom-up angle makes everything feel a little bit more authority, like more powerful. But that is going into like character design and then composition and things. It's fun. Yeah, hydration. I just took a sip. Thank you so much. Now, this is when you're so close to. Remember, we are the closest to the thing, so there's only 1 point. We are less close to this thing, so there is like actually 2 points. But this, when you extend the, you know, it doesn't cross like this. So 1 become infinity. And this is actually, we are in a situation that none of these are like out of our sight, so we can see all 3 points. So this is why we call it 3 points. But this is all based on how you feel the object. The object itself doesn't change. The all the vanishing point actually is all here. It's just whether or not we can see it. So if we cannot see it, we just exclude it. That's why we call it 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. That's why. Now we're gonna into a territory of a little bit. See, 3 point. This is a more good way of showing is this here. A more professional. I'm gonna upload this one. Mine is a little bit too messy. So, now this is where we enter the world of horizon line. Okay. Yeah. Holding a glass. Yeah. So this is what we enter the world of horizon line. Now, there's an interesting concept here. Remember those vanishing points that we find? They all lie on the same line, and that is the horizon line. And there is something that's like a little bit funny. So you see there's 2 lines here. So 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here. And I'm gonna try to thicken it a little bit. So 1 here, and then 1 here, right? So both of these are actually horizon line, but this is a more interesting way of viewing horizon line. So if we're doing this, there's no problem. Okay, there's no problem. This is a 2 point. But when we try to shift it, it's turning a 2 point again, and it turned into 1 point. And this is what we talked about, like it becomes so we close to the thing, or like how we view it, and it's essentially just extends infinity. Okay, but that's not how, you know, it's supposed to work. So one thing that I would try, and a little bit imaginary exercise. Okay, we're gonna do a little imaginary exercise. So imagine we're just seeing this without the box. Okay, our eyes is here. We're looking at the thing. Sorry. The googly eyes again. The googly eyes. Look at the eyes. Look at how googly it is. We are looking directly to the thing. Okay, a horizon line. Okay, there's a sun. There you go, a horizon line. Now what if we turn our head actually to this way? What would happen? Now if a horizon line is a 1 straight line like this, if we turn it, we will view a view like this, right? If we turn, and then this turn. Okay, same googly eyes. If the horizon line is like just a straight line, that's just, I don't know how is that even possible, but like just a straight line. If we turn sideways, the line would become like this. Okay, and then the sun will be here. A different line, yes. I don't know if it can show you actually. Don't get it. Let me do it one more time. Now, let's say we do this. I'm gonna show you a better way. Let's say here we are looking at a horizon line. Okay, a horizon line. And this is our eyes, okay? And actually this is our eyes. We're looking directly at it. I think this would better show it actually. We're looking directly at the horizon line. And when we turn our head, let's say to this way, and we turn our head, okay, what would happen is that if the line is like this, like just a straight line across the road or whatever we want to call it, it will become something like this, right? The sun being still here, and then you here. Does that make sense? It will become something like this. But that's not the case. Googly eyes, yes, but that's not the case. So when we, because I think there's something also involved, like the Earth being circle or something, I don't know. But like, if we straight line, that's not the case. Because when we turn, we can still see like a line here, right? If we turn our head, this image doesn't change. This image doesn't change, okay? The horizon line doesn't change. If we turn our head, the line is still here, okay? Maybe the sun move a little bit because we're looking at a different direction. Maybe the sun move a little bit because we're looking in a different direction. But like the line is still here. So what it happens is actually, it becomes like a circular horizon line. We don't feel it circular. It's just a little bit interesting thought process. I don't know if I explained it correctly. Not if I explain it like layman term enough. Do you guys understand? It essentially because like, how do I say it more correctly? Let me try and explain it, okay? The sky warps, yes, it warps around it. It essentially, the line is still there, but it's warped around like here, like to this. And then it become here. Because we still see just a straight line in the middle, right? That wouldn't be the case if it's a straight line here, and there will be like, you know, yeah. This is like going into like an eye line, or like how you see things, like how much a human eye can see, something like that. So this is just a little bit, you know, thought process, you know, it's fine. Okay? Do we need to slow down, or is it okay? Let me know if it's like too much. It's a little bit difficult to wrap your head like around this. You think you got it? Yes. A more good way to think is that, like, have you ever taken those like sky, those ocean, you know, have you ever seen this kind of picture? And then there's clouds. Yeah. So when you take a picture like this, no matter how you turn to a different direction, this persistent line is still there. But that doesn't make sense if it's like a straight line to a point that will just like, let's say you're looking at here, like a perpendicular. Let's say your eye is here. If you're looking at this way, then you wouldn't see the line, right? That doesn't make sense. But in reality, you can still see the horizon line. That's why it's a little bit warped around it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. There. See? You guys are a better teacher than me. All good? Okay, so this is like when we're touching on the 3 point, or like, I think it's a 3 point, mainly 3 point. You've seen this kind of like drawing, right? Sorry, it's a little bit like now. We tend to use this kind of really extreme foreshortening or something for like a really dramatic or really close building. But there is a thing. When you're drawing building, let's say I'm using this one as a example. When you're drawing a building like this, we don't usually see the bottom. That thing, I'm doing quite good, thank you. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Let me know if like it's a little bit confusing, or maybe if it's confusing, I maybe need to script it out a little bit next time. Because right now I'm doing a bullet point on the notes. If it's confusing, let me know. Now, when you're doing a 3 point like this, usually with a little bit more dramatic, right? A little bit more dramatic building. Oh my god, so dramatic. But we actually usually don't see the bottom part here because we cannot see under the ground, right? That's an obvious thing. So we usually just leave this out. Okay. This may be the ground here. So this is very good, really. Thank you. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind when you're drawing a, let's say, a scene or background. If you're using 3 points, then you still need to know where the bottom is, but like just be careful not to show it, or otherwise your building is going to be floating in the air, unless that is a fantasy settings and buildings are floating in the air. Okay, when you're drawing building, be careful of this when you're drawing 3 points. So yeah, sometimes you may get a little bit carried away of like just, oh my god, I figured out all the finishing point, all the thing is actually correct, and then sometimes you need to take a step back and see if it makes sense. That's just a little bit, you know. And when a shallow foreshortening, we can do just like, not so dramatic, but like just a little bit depth perception and a little bit spice it up, drawing a little bit, okay? Now I'm talking about the bottom, but like if you're doing a level or in the building, you obviously can see the bottom of, right? So let's say this is level 12, you can definitely see the bottom of. Just be careful. Just be careful. Okay. Oh my god, I hope this is kinda okay. I hope. Now let me pull up something. There will be a Q&A section at the end. Maybe you guys have something you want to, you know, share about drawing perspective or boxes, or maybe something you find difficult when drawing boxes, or like just primitive, what you call it, like basic shapes. I don't really get in like just really technical terms. You have to get it correct now. If you know how to do the thing, you don't even need to how to pronounce it or something. So yeah, it's fine, okay? Now let me pull out the thing. Oh my god, I lost my note. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, now, when we are talking about horizon line, remember the horizon line, where is it? There you go. The horizon line. Usually, the horizon lines is actually the same as your eye line. Like if it's being like this, our eyes is actually just here, right? Looking. Usually your eye line is the same. But in some cases, in some illustration, you will actually find the horizon line to be a little bit tilted. You know? For like, let's say aesthetic purposes or like just dramatic effects, whatever. Okay, so if we are drawing a boxes according to this, then what would happen is that here, right? So this would be like so if we're drawing boxes based on this horizon line here, it would become like this. Okay, so this is sometimes like an aesthetic choice, or like some in cinematography there is some like tilted a little bit so it's not too common or not too straightforward to build up the scene a little bit, whatever you want to call it. Aesthetic choices. The bottom angle? The bottom. Oh, you mean like you're having problem with it, or did I do something wrong? Yeah. So yeah, even though your eye line here, I'm gonna use a green, even though your eye line here is actually here. So this will be the part there where the horizon line and your eye line is different, but like it's just a case. So this is a little bit, you know, be careful. No problem. Okay. Now, would you guys venture into like a more difficult topic now? Okay. Now this is getting into like if you have a ruler or what you say, like those digital ruler. Do you know like Digital Paint have like a perspective ruler, and then you can place and you can draw the thing or yada yada. That's right. Yes. Now, thing is, remember that we do those like really distorted like if we talk about like if you want to go dramatic, you go for like this. Like if you want to go dramatic, you go for like a really dramatic building like this, and then like extend it, really saying yada yada yada. Right? We talk about this, or like it sets here, or like it sets here. So what is C is that like this is actually based on how, yeah, I think it's a dabble in a little bit fish eye, but like usually it show you how distorted a this is a distortion on perspective, on how much a human eye can comprehend, and like how it affects the thing that you see in it. Does that make sense? Now, one thing to be careful when you're doing a extreme angle kind of drawing. I'm not saying you cannot do it. I'm saying that is that don't distort it too much to cause a feeling of uneasy, unless that is what you're going for when you want your viewer to feel. Because like, is it dramatic? Is it like having impact? Yes, yeah, it's really impactful. Like, I don't think this actually show that great, but like I think there is a lot more dramatic. I don't think this one actually show that great actually. Like this one here, I think there is a lot more different, like heavily distorted option there, but like, you know. So this is like comfort zone, like a more mundane one. So yay, we like this. When we're going in here, we still like this because like it can be like a street level and then things. But when we reach into the red zone or something, we can still like this. We can still like this, but it's like something that you need to, you know, convince yourself. Sometimes people may like that. Okay. So it's actually like how much a human eye can enclose in. I think it's 60, right? We are used to 60, and I think to 90 degrees is our peripheral vision, like the edge of our vision, I think. And anything beyond that is like distorted in a way, like warped around the things. So be careful, just be careful. So how do we use this in helping we place the guide? Okay, when we place the guide, I think we can use a 2-point here for like a really great example. So a 2-point, how do we draw a 2-point, right? 2-point, middle. So here, I'm just gonna okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more serious, okay? Okay, so this is a 2-point. So what we think about this is that if I think one way to be a little bit more extreme on it is that move this point together closely, I think, right? So let me try and minimize this a little bit. Now, can you do that? Yeah, of course you can. It's an interesting image to have, you know? This is what we used to, right? But if we're doing a heavily distorted kind of 2-point thing, maybe like this. Now, am I saying like don't do this? No, not really. Not really. But it's like, you see what I'm talking about? So right now, this is actually correct, like a 2-point perspective. Okay, this is correct. But like, it's so distorted in a way. It would be better if you like, let's say I do it in a 1-point perspective, like, or something. There is a composition that can make this work. There's obviously you can make this work, but like if you're just drawing some illustration or something, I don't see that many people use like a really heavily distorted or like heavily in a really, you know, dramatic, really dramatic angle. Just be careful. Just be careful. Yeah. Because normally we want a illustration to not cause any uneasiness unless that is what you're trying to do. Let's say I let's say in a fish eye or like really dramatic foreshortening or something. If you want a dramatic effect, go for it. If you're not, then you use those dramatic effects. Then eventually you're not communicating that good your message across to the viewers. Yeah, not too dramatic. Yeah, I just want, you know, you guys to be careful with like how much, like, or take into consideration on maybe composition or like background, or how much it affects your just end result we're gonna feel like. And obviously there is a lot more different things, like maybe the line, the flow, the thing, yada yada yada, but like, you know. So one way is that like sometimes I think a more easy way would be like placing the vanishing point a little bit away from the canvas, you know, in a more easy way. Okay. Okay. Now we are gonna move into like exercise curriculum. Like what kind of exercise we can do here. Okay, we're gonna move into that. So we talk about foreshortening, we talk about perspective, we talk about boxes, like everything. Remember this thing. There is no easy way to say this. You guys have to do this. I have to do this also. There is no easy way to do this. Now, I'm not saying like you have to do this every day. I am a lazy person, okay? I am by no means a hardworking person. So I'm gonna give you guys a general direction of what it's gonna be. And then take it from there, okay? I am by no means a hardworking person. We're gonna do the bare minimum and the most effective one. Now, we are gonna copy this thing once. And then, by copying it, you will figure there is something that you stuck on, okay? This is actually a great thing. This is like touching the 3 point, 2 point, 1 point, every point. It's touching every point, okay? So this is a great boxes exercise. We don't need the shading right now. If you want, you can for easier understanding, but like we don't do the shading right now. So we're just gonna do this one. Now, when you just copying this once, by copying, I don't mean you copy and paste this, lower the opacity and then trace them on it. No. I'm talking about you looking at it and then you draw it on here, okay? And I think one great way that you can actually do here is actually on the same horizon line, right? Everything is on the same horizon line. Let me see. Yeah, it's on the same horizon line. So if you want, you can actually not only draw the boxes, you can even draw a horizon line here. Can I draw a straight line for God's sake? Thank you. If you want, you can draw a horizon line here, and then after you you can try and draw the boxes and then extend the line to see if it's correct, or you can just extend the line and then draw the boxes. Fine by me, whichever you want. You will build different, Harsh. You will build different. Now for Harsh, I think he already did it, so I will have another exercise for someone that who would like a little bit more challenging and a little bit more less tedious. Okay, I'm not saying you're not doing this. You still have to do this, but not every day. So when you do this, you will pick up something. Like, let's say I struggle on this, I struggle on this, I struggle on this, and then you just focus on the one that you struggle on. Does that make sense? So I think this one is pretty straightforward, right? You draw it once, maybe draw it twice, you got it. This one, draw it once, draw it twice. This one, oh, it's a little bit challenging, right? On the 3 point here, this is not doing the whole 3 point here. There is a different 3 point here, so we cannot do the horizon line here. But like for the 2 point and 1 point, we can. But like, I think it will be a little bit confusing if we add the horizon line. Okay, we're not gonna do the horizon line. I'm thinking it would be confusing for you guys, so we're not gonna do the horizon line. We're gonna copy this thing. copy this thing. Pick out the one like a lottery ticket that you're stuck on, and then you just focus on those ones. On the top row, which row? This one? Here? Is it this one? Oh, you clear this one, right? I think you clear this one. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question later. Wait a second. But not the middle one. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. So this is what we mean. What I mean, like when Harsh doing it, he found like the top row is the most difficult one. Then we're just gonna do the top row, like focus on that. We're not gonna do the whole thing again. We're doing the bare minimum. We're doing we're doing it in a smart way. We're smarter, not harder. My model, my excuse. My excuse for everything. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna write down this, copy this, or draw according to this. Draw according to this. Forgive my handwriting. And then focus on the one that you're stuck on. Okay. Okay. Now with a little bit, I'm gonna answer the question at the end, like Harsh, it's okay. But I'm just gonna go through what the curriculum, what the assignment is gonna be. We're gonna copy this thing. If you want to bring this in a little bit more sauce, if you want to try turn it into like a cylinder, if you want to try to turn it into a face, I don't really like, fine by me. It would be like an extra, an extra. But like bare minimum, we're gonna try and draw this. And then there is some website that have still life. Do you know what still life is? Object, not human. We are studying object first, because human have a lot of organic shapes, and it's hard to define it and hard to break down. We're gonna focus on some objects with a little bit more easier understanding. Like let's say if there is a can, okay, there is a can of ham. That's rhyme, yes. There's a can of ham. Okay, you can easily turn this into like a box, right? So this is what I mean by breaking down into like a simpler shape. Okay, let me draw it more, This is a ham. Okay, so if I were to draw this, I would start by blocking out the line here. Not too exact, only the bare minimum again, and then you can draw the details later. Okay. One rule is that like first boxes, then like curvature, I think, So still life is a really great way. And also, those like, what you call it? What is it called in English? What is it? Plaster. Plaster. Yes. Those like plaster basic object kind of thing that people usually draw when they just starting to learn art? Like a plaster cube. in front of a plaster circular thing, in front of a plaster cylinder kind of thing. Now, I have gathered some resources both on the plaster, like some basic shape, and also some real life objects. The real life objects, I think, is like a generator. You know, you can cycle through it, or if you find it more like if you have something laying around at your home, use that. I don't really mind. Okay, just a little direction. So I would want you guys to try and draw that observation. This is training your observation, because like no matter how many exercise we do, if we don't train our observation skills and try to turn it into like something that we can draw and then building our visual library, it's not gonna work. No matter how good you are in a perspective of things, if you don't know how to turn it into a building, it will just be a box, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. So I want to train you guys on this, just observation. So no need to be perfect. It's only line. It's only line, okay? Line only. I'm gonna do all this, type it in the don't worry if like I don't write down anything, or like it will be hard to just listen to me yapping for almost like an hour plus 2 hours. I will type out all the main points into the Discord forum, and then I will also link this video if you want, you know, more things, you know, just and then after we observation, we draw something. You know that you can actually break some objects into like a simplified shape and then just draw them. This is a way to train you to do that. And then we can draw some art study. This is the exciting part. Okay, this is the exciting part. On art study, I want you to gather some, let's say 1 to 2 artists actually. Or if you want more, but like I fear that it may be a little bit overwhelming, but like 1 to 2 artists, and then look at their picture. Well, look at their art. Let's say there was a guy here, and then yay, okay, and then you draw yourself. Only trade, not on top of it. Okay, I'm like doing this, You look at the picture, and then you draw it on the side, like yay. Okay. And it's only line. There's no shading. It's only line. Okay. No matter how fancy the shading that the artist that you like have, we don't do that. We don't do shading. Not yet. Okay. But if you want to try, you can. Obviously, you can try. But like bare minimum. Remember, bare minimum line. Art study line only. Okay. Now, we are gonna get to the point where now harsh. It's only this row having problem, right? Now, beside that, does anybody have any problems or like question or like concerns or feedback that you would like, you know? So harsh, I know that you already draw a lot of boxes, so you may be able to skip the boxes exercise, but the observation and then the art study, it's a definitely must. Okay. Does anybody have any question? Let me know. I have been talking non-stop. My throat's kind of hurt. Yep, only this row. Beside harsh, is there any person lost anyone maybe? You just need practice anatomy. I would say there was a trick that I can give you actually. Anatomy. Nah, if you already do it, don't do it again. Anatomy. Remember, like we talked about this, like simplified shapes. You know, I imagine you're already doing that, right? Like simplify the shape and then like turning it into like a human body, hiding it behind environment. I have a website for you actually. I have a website for you. I'm gonna link it. Or I can show you guys actually. Maybe later, okay? If you want to practice, I would say like first break them down into simplified shape. I already know like you must be doing that. Another thing is that like there is no easy way to say this, but like practice does make improvement. Not perfect, but like improvement. So you will have to train yourself to do it kind of in fast pace, but also like accuracy. Okay, but not too fast. Okay, not like 10 seconds in a pose. No way. I cannot do that. So. I'm gonna share with you guys some website that I found useful. Later I will turn off Clip Studio Paint and show you guys the website. Okay. Now this problematic road. Which one do you have problem? Or all of them? Also lost. This one is like the basic. So like I think for the next topic we are gonna dabble into like human anatomy and body. So keep an eye for that. Okay, keep an eye for that. But these basic things does matter. So mostly hand and feet. Oh yeah, the website that I talked about also have like just hand and feet like practice picture or like what you call it like reference photos that you can practice on. Then that's good. Or down in the middle. Okay. So not this one. So this one. Okay. Since it's basically this one is the same one here. So this one is the same. And then this is all just like flip. We can do one. Okay. Now what it does that's one, right? Like 2-minute gesture drawing. Yeah, I would say like when you practice it's quality over quantity. Now does quantity matters? Yes, of course, but like if you learn something new during every single boxes or every single pose, it will be more beneficial than you do like 100 poses and then when you draw you still feel like you learn nothing. I think that's my take. Now I am guessing you are having trouble visualizing this. Make sense? Make sense? Oh, makes sense. I'm having your trouble visualizing this, ergo you're having trouble drawing this, I'm thinking. I think it's like a little bit dabbling into the thinking in 3D aspect thingy. So, okay, I'm gonna break it down. So this, we have a plane here, right? We have a plane here. We are not gonna worry about like how accurate it is, we just need to think about. Now remember perspective. What do we say about the rule of the thumb is? The further it is, the smaller it is, right? So we're gonna draw a smaller, let me use another. So we're gonna draw a smaller, same thing. Yeah, the smaller, yes. Same thing here, because like the vanishing point is here, right? Right? So the vanishing point, this is like a 3 point, right? Remember this is like a 3 point. So there's 1, there's 2, and then there's 3. But like we just think about this point here. Okay? So this is a vanishing point. So our goal this is the bottom. Does that make more sense? You will have to visualize you are looking at the bottom of the cube. Actually, let me move it to this here a little bit. I hope this makes more sense. Yeah, it does, right? What usually do you normally stuck on? I think like visualizing them in a further away from you being the yellow, further away from you and then closer to you being the blue, and then connecting the dots like we talked about before, and then connecting the dots would be easier visualization. I hope, does this help you a little bit, or are you still a little bit confused or like having difficulty drawing it? Let me know, okay? I sincerely want to help, so. And also like I would say, if you want to simplify a little bit, focus on the external 3 first. Like focus on this line, like if you want to draw the connecting the dots, the edges. Because like when you're drawing it like this, or you can try like using 2 different color pen. I think that would be helpful a little bit. Because when you're doing like this, it's a little bit confusing, especially this part, I think. Like you're seeing through it and it's like a little bit confusing. So if you treat it like a solid, after you draw everything and then you then erase and then you figure out this part, would be better, I think. Yeah, I know he drew traditionally, but like you can still use like different color pencils, or like what I did here. Or like what I did here would be like maybe using a pencil, erasing. Because I think like it's this part here getting confusing, like the seeing through the bottom part, and then like the plane being like a smaller and then like further away, and then everything is a little bit confusing. Yeah, so I think maybe like trying to differentiate the parts with, if you want you can use 3, but like maybe 2 color pencil, at least for the planes here. So when you're drawing this, like a bottom up angle, the most important planes, whatever, yeah, I think planes would be the most important one, would be like this one and this one. So other planes is not that important. Is it not important? No, but it's not that important. But like if you want to show the feeling of like this, you know, the bottom up angle, then you have one that is smaller, and then this one. Okay, does that make sense? Oh my god, someone subscribed. Shark Spark, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you want a doodle? You make all of the bottom one inaccurate, that's why, yes. You need to remember that both of them are the same, essentially. Just one is smaller. So yeah, be careful, be careful. Someone subscribed on Twitch, actually, on Twitch. So Sharks, if you would like a doodle, whisper, use the whisper function to me. If you want a bust up character doodle or something doodle, let me know. Thank you so much, sincerely. Thank you, thank you. I'm not being condescending or like tired or something. It's because my voice, I've been talking for 2 hours straight. I'm a little bit... It was door? Really? Thank you, Thor. Thank you, thank you. Is it really door? Okay. Now we're gonna move into this one, I think. It's your boy. Thank you for the subscribe. Okay, we got this done. Oh, no. Oh, we're gonna go with this one here. Now, for harsh, for this one, you need to be careful. Like, I think for one that you can be focused on is this line here, actually. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I hope you have a great stream yesterday, right? Your first stream. I went to shower and when I got out, you already entered the stream door. I didn't get to say goodbye. Yeah, this is a school thing, yes. The workshop thing. Oh my god, my chat widget. My chat widget malfunction. Well, don't mind him. I don't know, it malfunctioned. Don't mind him. You don't think about him, and it will be fine. I may need to look into it a little bit. Okay, harsh. Yeah. Harsh. Is this the one that you are getting stuck on? Now, I would say, look at the line here, actually. Can I use a redder thing? So like, right now there's like a turn a little bit, right? It's not center. And then when it turn a little bit more to this side, okay, and then this will be come here. So become here, right? So right now, this is like a front, like really centered. Like, and then I think there is one part that we need to be careful on, distinguish between these two. Is that this here is longer than this here, but this one is actually the same. Oh, you ended it early. Oh yeah, technical difficulties, man. Don't even get me started on those. Technical difficulty. My kryptonite. Now, I would say like the important point of it also like the same as before. The bottom plane and then the upper plane being smaller, and then we need to think about the bottom up angle. Think about you're looking at the box at like the bottom of the box, you know. The same thing, but like a little bit. Be careful is the distance on this, because this is like not really centered. But when you change, like turn the box a little bit, then it will become center, right? So this is a little bit point to be careful of. And then for this one, it's actually just this one flip. Okay. So when you turn it a little bit more, so when you turn, let me kind of see if I maybe here. So when you turn, it moves to here, and then when you turn more, making space Minecraft. Oh. Same thing. Here become here. And that. Oh, that is so cool, Mandor. I know nothing about games, so I don't know how to participate in the conversation. Does that make sense? You see the difference? I hope this is helping you. This one to here, to here. So Harsh, I think like this will help. Try to learn Blender. Oh my god, Blender. Oh, I heard that it would be like such a great help for making backgrounds. I never really learned it. is so intimidating. Okay. Okay. Now let's see, like after this, let's see if it will help you do better on the thing. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna share with you guys some resources that you guys can be. That's way too saturated. One being like draw a box.com. Second one being like line of action. And then the most common one would be like Pinterest, right? But search in like basic shape practice or like just basic shapes. Okay. Now, would you guys want a little bit tour on each of these sites so we can see like a little bit how to navigate them and then how to set the timer or something like that? I can show you guys. I'm thinking maybe we can after that I will end the stream and then maybe we will start the stream, because like, or maybe I edit it a little bit. I don't. Okay. Now, if you guys are fine with this, I'm gonna go and open the browser source. Open the browser for all three of these sites. I think Pinterest is well, everybody know about Pinterest. But like line of action and then draw a box. It's really good. It's really good. A finishing point. You're trying to draw a finishing point? Oh, are you doing the exercise already? That hardworking? Now, let me. Oh god, look at those. Now, draw a box. Draw a box. Now, this is a really great website. Mainly also free. Thank you. Now, a lot of the explanation that I have is actually here. On lines, eclipse, and boxes. If you want a more advanced homework or more, robust take on the thing, you can also try this. Okay, you can try this. Or maybe you want to review a little bit more challenges, you can go here. Okay, you're doing it while listening. Oh, you're doing it there. Yeah, there is a tool digitally. There's two. Like in Clip Studio Paint there is the perspective tool, but I think in Photoshop there isn't. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. Yeah, you check it out. Definitely. You may need to look up some tutorial on how to use it. There's a little bit confusing on it. I don't even know how to use it. So this is a drawabox.com, okay? And then we can go into line of action. Now lost, here is the if you want to draw some hand or feet or still life basic shapes, you know, this is a great way. This is a really great I'm gonna do some, let's say here. So this is like a generator, like a time space generator. Let's say I want it to be a basic shapes, multiple objects. We can practice a little bit like depth perceptions in a landscape mode or any, or I think any would be better. And you can set like how much time you want. I think like maybe 10 minutes would be better. Okay. And then you just click start, and it will generate a bunch of like image. You can pause the timer, obviously. Okay. And then if you don't like this one, go away, and then oh, you found a one that you like. You draw them hands, yes. So yeah, this is like this one. This one is really good for like, I think it's mainly good for gesture drawings, but like I think they are experimenting with a little bit on like you see there's hand and feet, you know. If you want to practice hand and feet, this will be the one. Like there is also like female, male, and on the gesture drawing we will be using this for the next couple topics, I think. Yeah, you can set like even the ages, and there's the nude model option. Okay, I'm not brave enough, I'm using the covered option. And then there's like also the same timer. Anything else shape you may have to use for burning the, oh yeah, maybe after you learn it's god level website. Yeah, this is really good. There is of course different like different sites that do the same thing, but I think line of action is a little bit more developed. I think like the UI is a little bit cleaner and things. Okay. And then the last thing being like just Pinterest. If you find like, because there is a limit on the generator like line of action, there's like only that much of variety you can get. Like once you do it like a couple of times, they keep showing you the same thing, then it's not really an exercise, right? So I was maybe try some like basic shapes reference. Now you can find something like this. This is the famous like plaster thing. I drew this as like an assignment. Oh god man, it brings back memories that I do not want. So yeah, some here. And then you can use this like explore more, something similar, and find a lot more plaster thing, you know. Or you can search like, let's say still life. I don't know if this will actually still life. Yeah, something like this maybe. Like here. So this is what I'm talking about, still life. So you can break down it into like a more simplified shape and then just line only, and then this is training your observation. Why is there BL? I don't know. Ignore that. What did I say? I say ignore that. Okay, so this is what we're working on. Now I will post all this information and the more detailed like notes and things on the Discord forum. Okay, And also some art study. You don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then art study, let's say I found this art I like. I'm gonna study it and trying to recreate it in line only. It doesn't have to be too detailed, just some line, just some study. Or like, this is help you to study how they composition everything, and then like, let's say, oh, this is like an S-shaped composition, right? The hair is drawing attention to the main character. Or like, a little bit like just training your eyes, actually, basically just training your eyes. Okay. Now, does anyone have more questions? If not, I will end the stream for like a quick second, and then we open it for like a different, like, so it has like a different stream and different titles, you know. Just to be clear about the homework, definitely. Let me close off the browser thingy, and then I open up Crystal Paint, and then I just write down the homework, okay? Thank you, Harsh. See, like Harsh, if anything is confusing, let me know. Okay, resources. Homework. Assignments. Assignments. One being the boxes exercise. Okay. No, not in 1 week. Not in 1 week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm not a monster. I am not a monster. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Don't worry. I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. So boxes exercise, draw according to the reference, and then like just object, still life, object, observation. Line only. So draw according to some reference that the resources website that you can find, and also some art study. Now this is like, you don't have to do this every day. You can do like also line only. You don't have to do this like this routine every day. I'm not a monster again. You can do 1 day boxes, 1 day still life, 1 day art study, then go back to boxes, and then or like, oh, I actually enjoy, or actually I got the boxes down already. I enjoy drawing still life. I draw still life and art study only. Fine by me. You can pick and choose. This is my general direction, and then you can pick and choose which one you like. Just maybe dabble in each of those, you know. Okay, any more questions? Yeah, I should add the thing to DC. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I will add more reference actually. I will add more reference. I'm planning to end this informative stream, or not inform, end this workshop info stream, and then start another one in like just like couple seconds. So there will be like, you want a deep explanation about our study? Okay. I can actually show you. Now, can I import something? I have some old art study. Would that be like copyrighted actually? Okay, let me use one of my drawings so it will not be copyrighted. I don't know if I actually can show other people's drawings, you know. It can be a little bit, you know, yada yada yada. Okay, like this one. I'm gonna use one of my drawing, okay? Mesmerize. Go away. Thank you. Oh. Now, this is how you do it. Let's say I look at the picture, and then we essentially trying to draw it. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? Again, I don't even know how I drew this, okay? Obviously a lot more detail than this. I'm showing you how like a sketching phase of this would work. Like this. See what I'm doing? Obviously a lot more detail than what I'm doing because like right now I need to be fast. So you erase, you refine. And that. Yeah. Just lines. So no need to get like shadings or anything, no need. Just lines. And then obviously a lot more detail, more clean than this, but this is how you're supposed to do it. Just a little bit like this. I would say I'm not gonna burn you guys out actually. Do a couple, okay? Just based on how you feel or like how much energy you have. Don't push yourself too hard. We don't want the last thing that you want is actually getting burned out while doing exercise, because like it's not worth it. That's why I don't like exercise. I get burned out so easily, man. Okay. Now, any more questions? Any more points that you guys are confused on, or like would like a lot more clarification on? Not from you? Okay. Apart like I don't think anybody have any questions, right? Lost? Anybody here just join? Just let me know, okay? If not, I'm gonna do a quick outro or like something, and then I'm gonna restart the stream again, and then we can draw like progress on some drawings that we have backlog or something. Lost? I don't think like anybody have some more question, I think. Okay, so let me change the scene a little bit. So this is like our day 1 on the workshop, actually our first milestone, day 1 on the workshop. The whole stream is actually gonna like be a link in the Discord forum, so if you guys want to look back and then just go through all the details or directions, feel free. Because I need to stream, right, like after I end this one, we start one, so I'm gonna update the materials and I'm getting more resources because I want more resources for you guys, and then post it I think at nights today, at nights for me, or maybe at noon for you guys, I think. Maybe. So, since everyone is okay, I am gonna end this one here, and if you guys if someone joined and want a kind of workshop where we have a community and then we learn art together, we have new topics every 2 weeks and then assignments and feedbacks, feel free to join the Discord. There is a link in the pinned comment. Okay, so let me do end the stream a little bit. I'm gonna reconnect in a second. Okay.